Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Chamber Benefit 2019 Chamber of Commerce Banquet and Awards Night. We're going to have a benediction done up here, and we also got the Mississinawa Valley Swing and Jazz Choirs for your musical entertainment. My name is Brian Merrill. Many of you know me. I'm the instructor at the K.I.S.S and also the executive director of Midwest Community Television. So it's a very nice pleasure to be here to address and talk to all you folks tonight and be your master of ceremonies. So everybody enjoy some good food, and I want to bring up, let me get this right, Jeff Groh, and he'll give you an invocation and just enjoy your meal and enjoy some music by the Mississinawa Valley Swing and Jazz Choirs.
Hallelujah. Well, let's just go to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to you and we are grateful. We come to you as a body, a community, a people that are just thankful for your blessings. Father, we know you are the creator of life, you're the giver of life, and you are a provider. Lord, I am so thankful for each and every one in this room that works tirelessly for this community and this county to be a better place to live and to raise our families. I ask, Lord God, that you would give each one of our leaders wisdom and that you would guide them as they make decisions for our county and our community. Father, I ask your blessings upon our businesses, that you would increase them. Father, I'm so thankful for people that are volunteers that step up to meet a need when there are needs in our communities. I ask, Lord, that you would bless them, that you'd give them sweet rest at night, as your word says, that you would encourage them. And I pray, Father, your blessings upon this county and each and every person that makes tonight possible and our county to run like it does possible. We love you, Father. Ask your blessings upon this food. I ask your blessings upon those who prepared the food. We give you all praise and glory. In Jesus' name. Everyone said, amen.
Thank you, Jeff. And without further ado, we'll pull the curtain back while you folks can enjoy your delicious meal from Bowser's Barn. And this is the Mississinawa Valley Swing and Jazz Choirs. Round of applause.
All right. Hello? Hello? Okay. We're going to go ahead and get the line started for food. We'll start at this table and you can go down both sides of the buffets. So we'll start at the far table down and go over there to Keith.
No, you're good. Thank you very much. Once again, if everyone could you please give a round of applause to the Swinging Hawks, please?
Hello again, everybody. We'll, there we go. Hello again. Just go ahead and continue to eating, but we'll go ahead and start the program. First off, there are some to-go boxes for anyone that bought tickets that could not attend. So if you know anybody like that, there'll be some to-go boxes on the way out. And let me find another thing I wanted to mention here about the Dancing with the Stars, as soon as I can find the notes, if I can find it. The sign out there. Dancing with the Stars got something coming up Jan the 17th, 13th. And it's at the Union City High School Cafetorium. And it's a program for the veterans or something. I wrote down a bunch of notes, and of course I'm not prepared. So there we go. Coming up on the 13th of April at 6:30 p.m. at the Union City Junior Senior High School Cafetorium is Dancing with the Stars. There's a sign out there on the table, a tribute to our veterans. And for a $10 donation, you can come and see some local folks and celebs cutting a rug, and all to benefit the Union City Elks Club Cancer Fund, a good cause. And tickets are for sale. You can get them tonight. There's a table up front, as I said, or you can get them from any chamber board member, or you can go up to the Christian bookstore, or you can purchase them at the door. So again, I want to welcome everybody tonight for the annual Chamber Dinner Banquet. Again, my name is Brian Merrill. I think most of you know me, so it's good to see some old faces I haven't seen in a while. So I haven't done this in a while, but I think they've chosen that I've got the biggest mouth and I'm the best man for the job tonight. So let me go through the program here, and again, just enjoy your eating. But of course, I want to thank Bowser's Barn for, again, delicious food. I've been to several of these things, and Keith never disappoints. So if you can, maybe a little round of applause for Bowser's Barn's meal tonight as well. Good. And before I begin, I want to introduce some distinguished guests. We have a couple council members. We have Chad Spence with his wife Gina. If you want to raise your hand, a round of applause. Jim Hufford and his wife Anna are here tonight. REDC Executive Director Greg Beimer on a trip back from Washington. Him and Mayor Conklin's here tonight as well. Mayor came in late. Brian Conklin's here. Thank you. Of course, Gary Gerton and his wife Nell are here tonight. Hello, Gary. David Linkenstoffer, also of the Randolph County Economic Development, and his wife Mary Ann are here. As I mentioned, Greg. Tom and Jamie Kearns. Tom's also a officer in the Randolph County Council. Is that correct, Tom? Tom is here. Also my classmate. And also want to mention he'll be coming up talking to Director of Dark County Economic Development. And it says in the program, it says Mike Brewer, but it's actually Mike Bowers, and that is a typo, and we definitely apologize for the error on the program. So Mr. Bowers, if you raise your hand, he is here tonight. And I'd also like to announce the Chamber of Commerce directors, if you will. That would be Susan Linder, who tireless efforts putting this together. Did that. She's the president of the chamber. And we have Hazel Hinesley is the vice president. Rhonda Gates is the secretary, and Vicki Day is listed as the treasurer of the Union City Chamber of Commerce. So hand of applause, big round of applause for those folks. And I guess as we move down the program, Mr. Beimer, if you are done eating or whatever, we'll have Mr. Greg Beimer come up and say a few words to you folks. So please, a round of applause for, again, Greg Beimer.
Thank you very much, Brian. First of all, thank you, Susan, for inviting me here. Glad to be here. It's very eye-opening when you have the opportunity to visit Washington, D.C. And this time yesterday, Mayor Conklin, Rob Likens, and myself were in Washington. Had a wonderful experience, and we were there promoting the Union City area, and I think we had good success. Susan asked that we just talk a little bit about what's happening in economic development from the Randolph County perspective, and I'd like to focus both on Randolph County and then narrow it down to Union City. So certainly renewable energy plays a very important part of that. Starting this July, August timeframe, construction will begin on the EDP Renewables Headwaters 2 wind farm. Beginning in 2020, that project will start in earnest, where they'll start building, putting on the blades, building the turbines, and so on. This year, it's mostly road construction, turning radiuses, and stuff like that. 2020 will also see the start of what is called the River Start Solar Farm, a 200 megawatt solar farm that will be located in, generally speaking, in southwest Randolph County. Also in 2019, the Economic Development Corporation is working very closely with Ball State University and through two of their centers. One is the Center for Community Initiative, and the second is the Center for Information and Communication Science. Some of you have maybe heard of Dr. Michael Hicks. He's featured a lot in Indiana newspapers as an economist who freely expresses his opinion about the Indiana General Assembly, workforce development, and all other topics. He is basically the head of the Indiana Communities Institute. We're looking at using this community leverage of working with our partners at Ball State to bring about a new way of looking at how we do community and economic development. Then on the technology side, we're working with Dr. Steve Jones and 21 of his graduate students, trying to figure out how we in Randolph County establish a fiber backbone and then broadband technology that serves the far reaches of our county, the last mile. But let's focus a little bit on Union City specifically. And, you know, Susan gave us 10 minutes to talk, and I said, Susan, you know you have two ex-politicians here. And I said, you've given us 10 minutes. And I said, there's nothing worse than giving retired politicians a time limit. But I'm going to try to stay within my allotted time. So what's happening in Randolph County, Union City specifically? Lots of good things. You have a lot to be proud of. And let me begin by giving a tip of the hat to the city manager in Union City, Indiana, Monty Poling. Over $9 million of tax credits. $9 million of tax credits to basically rebuild the backstay building, turn those into the backstay lofts, and a first floor workforce training center. Also through Monty, the city of Union City received nearly $1 million from the Indiana Department of Transportation to enhance the CSX dual rail underpass near Frank Miller Lumber. Also want to do a shout out to Consolidated Metals. In the past 12 months, they expanded their operation, built a new 20,000 square foot building, and then also a special thanks to David and Tammy Kendall and their business partner Wolfgang Jansen. They formed a new company. This is called Union Tube Mill LLC. And they have announced that they will be building a new 40,000 square foot facility just south of the Workhorse production facility here in Union City. It will be a state-of-the-art tube mill. It will employ 15 to start, but because of the technology involved, these are very good paying jobs. Also, a new company to Union City in the last 12 months, Road Builders Supply, another positive impact for the Union City area. Over the past 12 months, Randolph County has also invested money in Union City. And just to begin with, let's talk about the new child care facility that's under construction. As recently as this past Monday, the Randolph County Commissioners committed another over $40,000 to put the finishing touches on the YMCA-sponsored daycare facility. This adds to the total of $140,000 of total commitment on the part of the county. The county also stepped up in education, and they put money into Randolph Eastern School Corporation, $75,000 to K.I.S.S TV at Union City Junior Senior High School, And then also the Economic Development Corporation put in over $30,000 to help support the DECA program at Randolph Eastern. So I think you can see we're trying to change the way we look at community and economic development. And this is more about investing in our people, investing in our students, making sure we have quality child care, for example, so that we can attract those individuals who we want to work here and then hopefully live here. So I hope you're seeing a pattern. One of the things I also want to give a tip of the hat to is the city administration. In the Ball State Community Initiatives project, Cultivating Communities, we've done surveys throughout the county, and one of the high criteria that people throughout the county, and I'm sure this is on both sides of the state line, they're saying you've got to do something about deteriorating properties. Whether it's in the city or out in the country, you've got to do some enforcement. And that's exactly what's happening here in Union City. They're enforcing, they're dealing with those landlords who are not keeping their rental properties up to code. And then finally, the city of Union City is leading the way in Randolph County in their efforts to develop new housing. And all of our realtors tell us it's what you got to have. We have an open void in that middle segment where you have properties that can sell for 30 or 40,000, properties that are 200,000 plus, but there's not that medium price range. So Union City is working to fill the gap. You have a lot to be proud of. Before I wrap up, just quickly, final comments on the trip to Washington, D.C. We had a full schedule. We did have a chance to meet with Indiana's Senator Mike Braun, with Indiana's United States Senator Todd Young. Mike Braun said on the Senate side he will help spearhead our initiative with the United States Postal Service project. And I know, I hear this all the time, that thing is never going to happen, and it's been going on for a long time. But I do think we're getting close to the finish line. It's either going to happen or it's not, and we're really pushing hard to make sure some of those jobs come to Union City. We had a chance to have lunch with the Vice President of External Affairs for Vice President Mike Pence. We filled him in on the good qualities and the good things happening here in Union City. We met with Indiana's congressman and the congressman for Union City, Indiana, Mike Pence, the brother of the vice president, as well as Jim Banks. But just as you're here gathered today as a coalition of Ohio and Indiana representatives, we also had a chance to meet with the congressmen who represent Ohio. We met with Warren Davidson and also with Jim Jordan and a representative of U.S. Senator Rob Portman's office, convincing them that this is a dual state effort. And that's a message that sells well in Washington. So I think in Union City you have a lot to be proud of, and good things are happening here. I want to encourage you to keep it up, keep moving forward, and we are always here to help. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce, Mike, Mike, come on up.
Well, since Greg just got back from Washington, I was going to, and having been in the political arena, I was going to defer my time to the gentleman from Randolph County, but I missed out on that opportunity. So I've been given a great opportunity to come and speak with you tonight, so thank you for this opportunity. Also gives me an out, because in the program it's Mike Brewer. So if you don't like what I say, it's Mike Brewer. If it's okay what I say and share with you, then we'll go back to Mike Bowers and we'll just move things forward. But just wanted to share a little bit with you on the Darke County side of the equation. A couple of the big projects that we had in 2018. First and foremost was Midmark in Versailles is putting in a technology center, and that's a $42 million investment. BASF, chemical company there in Greenville, just did a $30 million internal expansion of control systems. KitchenAid, now we don't have the wind turbines that you do over on the Indiana side. We have 3. So, and that was a collaborative effort between One Energy and KitchenAid over there, and that was about a $10 million project. King's Command and the Andersons, total upgrades for facilities over there were in the $10 million range as well. So now we move on to 2019. Midmark has broken ground and will start construction of that technology center. And Wayne Healthcare has just announced a $56 million expansion and growth, keeping quality healthcare right in our backyard. So that's a nice piece. But as we look at those pieces, and as that comes out, there also becomes a little bit of a concern as we look at Darke County and as we look at this area. Darke County is the second oldest county in the state of Ohio, only behind Preble. And so when you look at the census numbers, we're projected to have a decrease in population over the next 2 censuses. So that could be a little bit of a concerning piece. But when you look at trends and what we were talking about in population growth, in the 25 to 29 range in the last 5 years, there's actually been an 8% increase in that population in Darke County. Now, why that becomes an important piece is that's the age where families are getting established, homes are getting bought, and families are growing. So we're doing a strategic planning session at the Darke County Community Improvement Corporation, or the CIC, which is my oversight body for economic development. And one of our priorities is how do we engage that next generation? Because employers have opportunities with millennials, now Generation Z, who knows what the next moniker is going to be and what they're going to tag the next group of folks. But we really need to figure out how do we engage that next generation, not only in workforce, but in our boards, school boards, community boards, political offices, and how do we get that growth? So we actually are, through our strategic planning, we're putting together a resource group called the Next Gen Group. And what they're doing is they're stepping out. So for Darke County, we're going to be doing a study through Ohio State that will be a complete community needs assessment, and that'll be done over the next 6 months. And then on top of that, with that, we'll do a leakage report of where people are going for products and services and work and different things. So why are people leaving the county to do some different things? Because we want to address those amenities that all our communities need, that all our communities want, because we need to create communities that are attractive to that next generation, so that next group that comes up. So with that, the other focus that we've got at Darke County Economic Development is the emerging workforce. So a lot of the things that we're working on are the high school age kids, because in the past when you talked about manufacturing and that, the moniker of I can get a job in manufacturing kind of had a negative connotation. But if you talk about a career in manufacturing, that has a much more positive outlook. So we're talking about showing kids good careers and good opportunities. Manufacturing is, in the past, has had a dark, dirty, and dangerous piece. That's the way people looked at manufacturing in a lot of areas. Now, when you look at some of the manufacturing that we've got, it's that next step up. Kids that like video games and all that should be programming CNC machines, because I'll tell you what, there's a lot to that. So we're working with our local career tech program, Miami Valley Career Tech, Greenville Career Tech, and Upper Valley Career Center to get programming that out there. So right now, we have programming in place in the county for seniors. We have an interview and networking event that's actually taking place tomorrow at Edison State Community College there in Greenville. And so that is going to be a very nice piece. We got about 14 different manufacturers that will do interviews with about 80 or so seniors from around the county to gauge their interest in manufacturing. We did this past fall, and we'll do again this next fall, an Inspire Career Concert which again is wrapped around showing kids manufacturing opportunities in the county with the companies that we've got. And then we've got a 20 under 20 recognition piece, which is a collaborative effort with Dark, Mercer, and Auglaize County. So of those 20 recipients this year, 11 of them are from Dark County. So that's a nice piece that we can follow up with. So for juniors, we have a junior job shadow. And the evolution of that has been very nice, because in the past, when kids would say that they had an interest in looking at a career in healthcare, medicine, anything, manufacturing, a lot of times they would get sat down in front of someone and get a lecture. And not a great piece. This past year, we had over 80 students in 78 positions with 35 different companies in Dark County that looked at job shadows and had a full half-day experience with each of those folks that they were able to sit with. So that's been a nice piece that has grown. Sophomores, we have Manufacturing Day, which is the first Friday in October. So every sophomore in Dark County gets the opportunity to visit a manufacturing facility. So we sit down, take them through, have a little session with them afterwards, and just get their impressions. But we need to drill deeper, because waiting until they hit that high school age and looking at some different things, sometimes we're a little too late. So this summer, we're doing a manufacturing camp that will be 5 days. We're going to do 5 different manufacturers, and that'll be for 7th and 8th grade students. So we'll see how that plays out. This will be a first-time event. So as it is with any first-time event, you just kind of hold on and see what happens and make year 2 better. But we want to bring that career awareness to 7th and 8th graders, and possibly after that, looking to see how we can drill down into 5th and 6th graders as well. So going back to what Greg said a little bit, the other part that we're looking at is community development, because that's another piece of our strategic plan. Is housing stock in Dark County is been on the downside for a bit. So what we're doing is we're going to be doing a housing survey with banks, realtors, businesses, just to find out what that true need is. Because if you look at how that worked in Versailles, when Midmark announced that they were going to do the $42 million technology center, somebody put 35 acres in play for a housing development, and it's 79 unit subdivision that will be put in to the Versailles market. So it's kind of the which comes first, the chicken or the egg. We need to let kids know that there are great opportunities in our communities, that there's great opportunities in manufacturing. We need the housing stock to be upgraded, and we just need to make sure that we're creating communities that our kids want to come back to, that our kids want to live in. And this area is just a great place to work, live, and raise a family, and each of you are a testament to that fact. So again, thank you for the opportunity. That's what we've got going on in Dark County, and hopefully we kept it under 10 minutes.
All right, this is going to be hard to follow, these two guys. So I'm Susan Linder. I'm president of the Chamber of Commerce, and I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and supporting Union City and our chamber. We are currently in our membership drive, so if you need any information and want to join the chamber, we have some available. Next month, we'll be starting our second Saturday market, and we'll round out the month of May with our citywide garage sales. We will have fireworks again this year, our October Fall Fling, and this year will mark our 29th annual holiday shopping days. The past year, the Chamber of Commerce focused on shop local, support small business. I believe if we support the independent businesses now, this will encourage others to take a chance on Union City. Union City is a community of hard work and opportunity and has supported many forms of industry, from transportation, industry, lumber, healthcare, retail, green energy, and the list goes on. With the focus on small business, we can create more local jobs, provide a better service selection of goods, and keep the city unique. Did you know that every dollar spent in our community, an average return to our economy is 68 cents? That being said, Union City Chamber will continue to support Shop Local. We continue to ask for your support, your knowledge, and your help to help us help you. We're in this together. In closing, I'd like to ask that you think local, shop local when you can, and again, thank you for your support.
I must already have a water up here. Thank you, Susan, and thank you, Mr. Beimer, and thank you, Mr. Bowers, for speaking tonight. Good things to hear about Randolph and Darke County, definitely. Now it's time to give away some awards. Looking forward to those first two awards. Let me get here. Is a Special Achievement Awards. And what is the Special Achievement Award? These are students that are elected to represent their schools and are highly involved in their schools, sports, and communities. And these students that I'm about to say, two of them, were specifically chosen and honored tonight for all of their achievements thus far. This first young lady, activities that I've only known her for about a year, but 4 years cross country, semi-state finalist, 4 years of track, 4 years of basketball, and I believe it was her sophomore year. It was the year after I came back home to come to K.I.S.S the year after, but she was a member of that fantastic member of the state runner-up team, member of the National Honor Society, student council, SAD, musical cast member, K.I.S.S, DECA as the district president, and of course a Lilly finalist. Reagan Hoggett will be attending DePaul University, where she plans to continue her cross-country and track career. So she is the first winner of the Special Achievement Award. Will you please give a round of applause for Union City Junior Senior High School's Reagan Hoggett. Reagan's never at a loss for words.
Well, my parents, of course, runs in the family. Hello, my name is Reagan Hoggett. I'm the daughter of Brad and Amy Hoggett. This was kind of a surprise for me, so I don't really know what to say for the first time, I think, in a long time. I just want to say thank you, and tonight has been amazing. The food has been wonderful, and yeah, it's been a wonderful night so far, so thank you.
Our next and final Special Achievement Award winner, Miss Sydney Hunt. Sydney Hunt is the daughter of Wade and Billy Hunt. At Mississinawa Valley, Sydney has participated in volleyball and basketball for 4 years. She has also participated in FFA for 5 years, including serving on the officer team for 3 years. Sydney is a 2-year member of the National Honor Society. After high school, Sydney plans to attend Rhodes State College, where she will major in occupational therapy assisting. Sydney has also been named one of 3 valedictorians. Everybody give a big hand of our second Special Achievement Award winner, Sydney Hunt. That's okay, Sydney. Not everybody likes to public speak. So congratulations there. Next, we have the Distinguished Service Award. And first award, this Distinguished Service recipient was one of the first people to be on board when the preservation formed to save the historic Kirschbaum building. Along with her husband, she could be spotted scraping paint, repairing holes in the wall, cleaning out the debris on the second floor in the summer heat or winter cold. Whether the job is painting, dishing out food, serving as hostess, for the many activities of preservation, this person is always there. Attending region meetings, helping with setup and cleanup following projects, she's always there. It's an honor to recognize the current Secretary of the Preservation Society of Union City, Indiana, Ohio, Miss Myrna Brenner. Accepting for Miss Brenner will be Mr. Ted Leahy. And Miss Betsy Jeffries will come up. You want to say a few words, Dad? Yes. I should have known.
Betsy is accepting on behalf of Myrna, who isn't here because Ted forgot to notify her that she was receiving the award this evening. I wrote down the wrong date, and fortunately we had a call saying, "Where are all of you from Preservation Society?" So we're here, but Myrna isn't. My apologies. And we graciously accept she is well deserving of this award.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Betsy. Better get a drink of water for this one. The next receiving of a Distinguished Service Award will be the Community Help Center. The Community Help Center was started when two churches, the First Christian Church had a food pantry and Trinity Lutheran had a clothing bank. They decided to come together in 1986 to form a nonprofit thrift store. They formed a board of directors to start the planning stage. The store opened in October 1986 and has operated for 32 and a half years now, and the board of directors still oversee the daily operations of the store. The Community Help Center started when the body company, Scheller Globe, Delmar Cabinet Factory, were going strong in the community. When the auto industry was up and down, faced strikes and layoffs, and when some of the businesses shut the doors, some of the churches realized that there was a real need in this community. Donated items are received and then turned around and offered for sale to the public at low cost in order to make items more affordable to help with the rising cost of living that is affecting every family's bottom line. In 2008, they received a grant to build a brand new store that allows them to make a positive impact in many of the lives throughout the local community by helping when they are in need of food, clothing, and assisting with utilities, rent, and other miscellaneous services. They serve Randolph Eastern School District in Randolph County and Mississinawa Valley School District in Darke County. They help low-income, elderly, and disabled families. They also do Christmas baskets for the local families to help them through the holidays. The Community Help Center adopted a new mission statement and a vision statement in June of 2016. The Community Help Center mission statement states their purpose and objective is to provide community assistance with services and needs and to reach out in the community and meet the needs as they arrive. They now have a debit credit machine to help meet the ever-changing needs in our community. They have a Facebook page, Union City Community Help Center. Look them up. They have made a lot of new changes to the store floor over the past few years, adding new shelving racks, etc. Of course, the store hours are Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5. And they accept donations daily while the store is open, and if you can't make it during the business hours, they do have a carport to put your donations in it. They accept, as you can imagine, pretty much anything that all usable clothing, shoes, etc., all kinds of toys, games, puzzles, that kind of thing, and probably 15 other things that I'm not going to read for time purposes. But anyway, they also accept holiday items from Christmas, like Christmas trees, lights, ornaments, Easter baskets, plastic eggs, etc. Really any kind of holiday items. They are currently seeking to add a semi to meet the end, to have more storage as they are running out of space to store our seasonal items. So could you please give a round of applause for the folks at the Community Help Center. Are you going to be shy, or would you like to say something?
This is very unexpected, but I want to thank you for all the community support for the Help Center, because we would be nothing without any of you helping us. Thank you.
Don't forget to tell them to take pictures outdoors.
Okay. Also, all the award winners, folks, if you can remain to get some pictures taken afterwards, that would be fantastic. And the last of the Distinguished Service Award, well-deserved as well. Wesley United Methodist Church has been a big part of Union City for many years. Their mission statement is to love God and to love others with the focus of reaching, transforming, and serving. So many members of the congregation work and give selflessly without asking for recognition. After a tragic accident at a Little League baseball field, our pastor was asked to become the chaplain for the Union City, Indiana first responders. He accepted the position with no pay and now is a vital part of the first responders team. He not only ministers to the police, fire, and EMT crews, he ministers to individuals and families in times of need and crisis. Wesley later teamed up with the County Corrections and Prosecutor's Office to start a youth guidance program in the county. The program offers first-time underage offenders the opportunity to have a mentor and participate in community service and get connected to a faith-based community in order to get the youth back on the right track. Reaching out to the community has always been a priority for Wesley. Many years ago, what started out as feeding a Thanksgiving meal to the youth at the steps has grown into a community-wide Thanksgiving meal held yearly at Randolph Eastern School Corporation in conjunction with the city, school, and other community churches to feed over 600 individuals each year for the past 3 years. Other community programs that Wesley is involved in or established include Cop Camp, annual First Responders Night at Randolph Eastern School, community block parties, food bank, Brianna's Hope chapter in Union City, yearly teacher grants, back to school bash, Mama Ministry, Manna Ministry, sorry, not Mama, Manna. This is my first year for these, give me a break. United as one AAU program for Union City sports teams, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Steps Ministry, Eagles remodeled to soon become the YMCA Day Center in Union City, Inspiration for Girls Basketball Teams, Prayer Circle, and numerous mission projects across the United States and internationally. Wesley United Methodist Church has touched and impacted so many lives in Union City and around the world. The pastor, Jeff Grow, has inspired this congregation and community to lead and inspire others to reach out and make Union City a better place. So without further ado, please give a round of applause for Mr. Grow and the Wesley United Methodist Church as this year's Distinguished Service Award winners. And for those that go to Wesley, I was there a couple weeks ago, and my question is Ken Sawinski still preaching? If you were there that day, you'd understand. It was very fun. Now, Wesley is a great place, and I had the good fortune to go there and attend a service, and it's a really good feeling when you go there. Now we're to our female volunteers. One volunteer. Last year's winner was, of course, Bob Landis Gentry, correct? Are we on?
Yeah, I think you're on the wrong one.
Female volunteer? We're Rising Stars?
Yes.
My mistake. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. The Rising Star Awards, here we go. We have 3 winners.
Yeah, there she is.
Okay. Is Cynthia going to go first?
Yes, she's
All
gonna
right.
go
Well, Cynthia Ackerman will announce the first Rising Star winner. Cynthia.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Yeah, speak right into it.
yeah. It's so nice to have a captive audience again. I haven't done this in a long time, and I just love a captive audience. And I may be beating a fast retreat after this, so if you see me going that way in a hurry, you'll know why. Often the Chamber's Rising Star Awards go to newer businesses. But this year, one of the Rising Stars Awards is going to go to an older business that is a landmark here in Union City. It draws customers from a wide area. The building itself is 60-some years old. The building hasn't changed much over those decades, and neither has the purpose of its business. But in addition to that main mission, the business also has served as a training ground for decades of teenagers who got their first jobs there. Maybe some of you out there in the audience. This business has always been a family business. In its 60-some years, the business has had only 3 ownerships. The business is under new ownership now, with 4 new owners who truly are a family affair. The owners include a sister and a brother, a daughter and a niece, and partners for life. These owners all have full-time jobs in their own personal careers in nursing, flying, and maintenance. These new owners took on the business when their lives were already very busy because they didn't want to see a Union City institution die. They consider themselves caretakers of this business for the community. The new owners took over last year in the middle of the very busy season, and things got off to a rough start with equipment breaking here and there, and some things happening that were pretty exciting, but they persevered, investing more money in the business, including a new ordering system. In November, all 4 owners used their vacation days from their regular jobs to attend A&W University in Kentucky. This Rising Star Award goes to Freedom's A&W owners Eric Livingston, Ted Keene, Tanya Dieter, and Danielle Hunt. They hope, okay, but I'm not done yet. Anyway, hey, they don't call me Wendy Cindy for no good reason. Anyway, they hope to expand their business from a seasonal one to a year-round one with the expansion of the dining area, but that's a ways down the road. Meanwhile, the root beer is on tap and the alley-oops will be served up hot. Opening day is Tuesday, November 9th. April? What did I say? November? No, not November. It doesn't say November here. I don't know where that came from. I'm here to accept the award for Freedom's A&W are Eric Livingston and Ted Keene, my #1 buddies for 18 or 19 years. And I hope they'll still take me home since they brought me here. I gilded them. I had to use guilt and blackmail to get them to bring me here tonight, but did I surprise you, honey?
You did.
I love you, honey.
Love you too.
Yep, you too, back
I don't
there.
love you so much anymore.
All right, well, I'm leaving then.
Honestly, we really wasn't expecting this. We appreciate it. This has been a challenge since we've taken this over. We feel that we're keeping a part of an institution in Union City that we were afraid that was going to go by the wayside. There's days we wonder why we even took it on, but it's been an interesting journey, and we really appreciate everybody's input into any improvements or if you have concerns or whatever. There's going to be changes. We've made numerous changes. Ordering system, I wanted to beat it with a sledgehammer all season long, and trust me, it's going to get beat with a sledgehammer since we got the new system. So it'll hopefully improve service, speed, accuracy. We've got a good workforce. Most of our workers from last season came back to work for us this year. And we employ a lot of young people in the community, and we have a sense that maybe we're making a impact on their lives and teaching them good job skills. I know one gentleman here, Scott Stahl, when I had my first job, Scott taught me a lot of things that, life lessons. I was actually very afraid of Scott. So anyways, but we appreciate this, and we hope you continue to come to A&W and get your favorite food, root beer floats, alley-oops, whatever.
and we hope that it's of good quality. So thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. True story, I've never had an alley-oop, but I like those Coney dogs, and I don't know what it is about A&W root beer, but I've tried it in the can, in the bottle, but there's nothing like a frosty mug of A&W root beer, and if you're open year-round, I'm going to gain a lot of weight, Ted. Next, and thank you, Cynthia, and it's great to see the root beer stand still trying to continue to go strong. I'm going to look very forward to it. Scott, being a longtime Browns fan, I think this year might be your year, son. I think so. So I think all the Browns. Anyway, so our next two awards for the Rising Stars. The next one will be Union City Country Club. It was originally established over a century ago, originating in 1916. It makes it the oldest 9-hole golf course in Darke County. However, the land the course currently resides has been a golf course longer than 1916. It was first named High Banks Country Club around 1911, 1912, and that transformed from a simple cow pasture to a great golf course. Jeff and Teresa Beanblossom became part owner of Union City Country Club in April of 2017, joining the list of handful of owners since its origination. Since their ownership, Union City Country Club has seen many renovations, including the reopening of the upstairs banquet area. Reopening the banquet area has allowed the UCCC not to only serve the community during the normal golf season, but has allowed the country club to remain open all year long. They have an indoor golf simulator to host off-season golf leagues and cornhole leagues in the winter months. They now have a full functioning restaurant that remains open all year long, and a place where community members can host a variety of events, including reunions, birthday parties, and weddings. If you haven't stopped out there to see the improving Union City Golf Course, don't wait. They're open 7 days a week. I want to thank you, Jeff and Teresa Beanblossom, for taking part of Union City's history and making it great again. Can we give a round of applause for the folks at Union City Country Club?
We'd just like to thank everybody and stop out and golf.
And our last Rising Star Award. This Rising Star Award is going to a local family that saw a need in Union City. After growing up around the butchering business, 2 local graduates that happened to be married decided to open Oliver's Butcher Shop. So as of August 2016, Rusty and Rhonda Oliver opened a custom exempt butcher shop that also sells retail meat. Oliver's is in the process of adding a retail storefront to better meet customers' demands. Oliver's Butcher Shop is located at 7071 North 700 East in Union City, Indiana. Rusty and Rhonda are the parents of Elsie and Kipton Oliver. This Rising Star Award will go to Oliver's Butcher Shop.
I just want to say thank you guys, and if you haven't stopped out and check us out. Okay, now can you hear me? If you guys, thank you guys, and if you haven't checked us out, stop out and check us out, see what we got, and see how we can help you. So, thank you guys.
Now can I do the volunteers? Okay. As I said, last year's female volunteer, Barb Landis Gentry, was the winner. This year is no stranger to me as well. I've known this lady for a very long time. The female volunteer of the year this year has been a lifelong resident of Union City. She has been very active in the community. Some of her past volunteer works include a Chamber of Commerce director, where she served as vice president. She served on the cemetery board and served as a board member for the Community Foundation of Randolph County. She is currently on the Community Christmas Board and serves as treasurer. She organizes the Community Christmas Gift Shop, board member of St. Vincent's Randolph Foundation, chairman for the Union City Housing Authority Board, and she has been a member of the Union City Rotary since 2009. Our recipient this year also has served as Union City's clerk treasurer from 2004 to 2014. Although this was a paid position, there were lots of extras that went with it. Exclamation mark. Actually, 3 exclamation marks. With her current position, she serves as secretary for Indiana's Regional Sewer District Association. She served on the board of the Indiana Association of Regional Council and Alliance of Rural Water. That's a mouthful. In her spare time, she is also a wife and a mother and a grandmother, as well as a friend to many. The female volunteer this year is Anita Amsaw.
Thanks. Insult to injury here. Thank you, everybody. As you know, I've lived in Union City my whole life, except for the 11 years my husband made me live in Ansonia. As a volunteer, I've always tried to stay in the background. I just like it that way. And I've never worked farther than 5 minutes from home until I got my new job. Now I'm never in town. I miss everybody so bad. But every time I come back into town and see the Union City city limits sign, I know I'm home. Thank you.
And now our male winner. Last year's winner, of course, was Brian Jenkins. But our male volunteer this year, better take a drink of water for this one. Brad Hoggett. Brad is active in many aspects within his community that he loves very dearly. Brad is an active member of Wesley United Methodist Church, where he has served in several capacities. He currently co-leads worship every Sunday. He is also the chair of the church council. He has directed several cantatas for Easter and Christmas. He has led small groups, helped out our Thanksgiving dinners, helped with children's ministry, participated on mission trips, volunteered for Vacation Bible School, and currently decorates the church for holidays, and is currently working on a Mother's Day special to honor Wesley Singers founder, Marilyn Peterson. Through the church, Brad has started a ministry at the assisted living. Once a month, he leads service with the residents and organizes card showers and giving of gifts for the residents. Brad is a teacher at Northside. He has taught 4th grade and music K through 6. He has served the school in many ways. He has been on numerous committees, including serving as the RESC union president. He puts on music shows, a middle school play, a high school musical every year. He led the ambassador singing group who performed at many community events. He has helped with prom, carnivals, book fairs, and graduation. He is the advisor of the National Honor Society, which has done home makeovers in Union City during the students' fall break. He loves to throw a good party, which he does for the faculty every Christmas. I can verify that. And has hosted many retirement dinners. He also writes newspaper articles on behalf of the school corporation for the News Gazette. He cleans after basketball games or during basketball tournaments on the weekends at school. He has also volunteered to work athletic events in the way of timing, judging, setting up, tearing down, announcing, taking tickets, you name it. Because he has 3 very active children, he is always first to help with anything needed at school, including homecoming, fundraisers, dances, again, you name it. Brad has also helped different clubs in our community. He has helped with the Union City Lions Club by serving as the MC for the Halloween parade and providing placemats for their pancake breakfast. He has served on the Randy Players Board in many different positions, including president. He has also acted in several of their productions, including one with me when I first met him in 2006 when we were the Odd Couple. Of course, I don't know anybody else that could play Felix Unger other than Brad Hoggett. And he played it well. He has served on the State Line Heritage Day Committee, working especially on the parade for several years. He has served as the precinct committee chairman for his voting precinct. He has served on the Union City Tigers Shark Swim Team board in many different positions, including president, and he was even coach one year. Currently, Brad is reaching out to the community doing a boost day for one lucky friend on Facebook. Let's give a big, warm applause, and I'm very proud to call him a colleague and a friend, to this year's male volunteer, Brad Hoggett. Keep it short, Brad.
I was lied to. lied. No, this is, I'm very surprised, very humbled, and I appreciate it very much. As an adult, you think back as a kid and you thank your parents for instilling these values in you, and you thank your teachers for instilling these values in you. And my job now as an adult and as a parent and as a teacher is to instill these into my own kids and my students as well. So thank you for the recognition. It's not necessary. I will proudly display this in my classroom, and hopefully it will interest a conversation to start, and maybe it'll spur some little kiddos on at Northside to do the same thing. So thank you very much.
Brad, I think that's the first time I've seen you speak that you didn't get choked up, and I about got choked up reading your bio. Now we move on to our Hub Award. Is that right? If you've cashed a check or gotten some tasty popcorn, then you're banking with a bank that sits on the side of the former governor's mansion. It started as a thrift bank in 1975, offering mortgages and savings accounts to both Randolph and Darke County, known as Rural Loan and Savings Association. As the bank grew, the charter changed to savings bank status. You may remember it as City Savings Bank. In 1997, the Maddox family merged their northern branches and became Pacesetter Bank. Growth continued, and Pacesetter Bank merged with Citizens State Bank in 2013, operating as a single entity. Citizens has been owned by the Maddox family for 4 generations, with Dan Maddox as their president. The relationship manager, Gene Marsh, came aboard in 1998. If you've been in his office, you may have noticed that he enjoys a game of golf. More personnel changes were made over the years, which include Bev Linkenstoffer, their branch manager. They both bring over 40 years of banking experience to the Union City community. We're proud to live our mission to help our clients, communities, and workers succeed, says Citizens State Bank. This year's Hub Award, would you please give a round of applause to Citizens State Bank.
Thank you for this. We certainly appreciate it, and we love being in our community and to be able to do what we do and to be working with the Maddox family and, you know, the abilities that Citizens State Bank and the priorities that they put to the way we're supposed to do our jobs. But thank you very much.
Our last award of the evening is, of course, the Business of the Year. And don't forget all your award winners. If you have time after the awards banquet, there'll be some pictures taken, so please hang around for that. Not if. Not if? Okay, not if. You heard it. This year's recipient for Business of the Year was born and raised in Union City and graduated from Mississinawa Valley High School. He worked in the painting business with his father, Sam Keene, and grandfather, Arthur Bud Keene, in the 70s and 80s, and through them became interested in cars. In the 1980s, Jim's purchased a service station on Elm Street and had a used car sales adjacent to the station. In October of 1988, Jim and his dad purchased the building at 840 East Main Street. They completely remodeled this building and added office space and a bigger garage out back. Keene's Auto has a reputation of having good used quality cars for any budget. I would know, I think my mother's bought 3 or 4 off of them so far. As Jim's daughter, Jamie, put it, Over the years, this building has seen a lot of customers, a lot of new family additions, and even the loss of one of our own. To everyone else, it was a place to buy cars and to get them repaired. To me, it was my home where I learned the value of a dollar and watched the work ethic of a man provide for his family. Let's give a big round of applause for this year's Business of the Year to Keen's Auto.
I just want to thank everybody from my family and I, and thanks.
Again, I want to thank everybody for attending tonight. I thank Mrs. Sinowal Valley's facility, of course, a great place. It's the first time here for me there for a banquet this. And I definitely want to thank Keith and Susan and everybody out at Bowser's and everybody that helped tonight. Serge, my student over there, he's helping out. Great food, as always. So everybody have a great evening, and thanks for coming out. And don't forget, winners, please have pictures taken at the front. Everybody have a great evening, and thank you. Wait, hold on. We got...
One more thing, the decorations on the table, the flower arrangements, they are for sale. So if anybody's interested, $20. I forgot. Those were done by My Favorite Flower Shop. Thank you.